Good afternoon, Knicks fans. I hope everybody is doing well. And I hope that you guys are as surprised as I am. I really want to try to let people come in here so they could, get to see what I'm bringing to you guys right now. So, let me kind of get set up right quick. And then we're going to talk about this whole Kemba Walker mess. And I want to, hopefully you guys get into the comment section and be able to let me know what you guys are thinking about this whole situation. Right now we don't have nobody in here, but in a couple of minutes, we're going to get to talking and get to letting you guys know exactly what we think about this whole situation. Okay. Well, like I was just saying, guys, I just want to, give my thoughts on this whole Kemba Walker situation. And I got Miss Lee here with me, and I'm going to get her feedback as well. But I just want to break it to you guys. Right now, we have reporting Kemba Walker is out of the Knicks rotation as of right now, Tom Thibodeau says. He will tighten up the rotation moving forward. It will be tough to play three small guards together, Thibodeau says. Says he has great respect for Walker and all that he's accomplished. Listen, man, we knew this was about to happen. But before I give my input on everything that's going on right now, guys, I want to get Mrs. Lee her input too because, she's familiar with the team. You guys already know that. She's like partially a Knicks fan. But yeah, I want to get her input on it, and then I'm pretty sure you guys, for all of my followers who do watch me and do hear the commentary that I do, I'm pretty sure you already gonna know what I'm gonna say about this whole situation. So, I mean, Miss Lee, what are your thoughts on this entire situation?
Hello, everyone. I'm pretty kind of shocked in a sense because I didn't see this coming with Kemba, to be honest with you. I'm really just shocked and surprised. But, at this state right now, the team is trying to win. So if you're trying to win, you're going to do whatever necessary to make changes if you see that your starting lineup is not working. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly what happened to the Knicks, basically the first opening game. I'm still trying to wait for that Nick to show up, but that's not going to be possible because Kemba's not in the lineup anymore. And I'm shocked. I don't know.
I won't say that I'm shocked. I won't say that any sort of surprise. You guys have witnessed me talk about this on and on and on about the starting lineup, but what you guys heard me allude to was not anything remote to taking Kemba Walker out of the starting unit.
Correct.
My eyes and what I saw and what I witnessed with the Knicks was their style of play. It wasn't necessarily Kemba Walker being in the starting lineup. I don't see where that will help if you still have Julius Randle isolated on the break and holding the ball until there's 6 seconds left on the clock,
I
and
can
people
agree
have
to
to
that.
and people have to rush their shot. I didn't see the problem as being necessarily Kemba Walker. Now, will I say that Kemba Walker is the player that he was, a few years ago? No, I won't say that. Will I say that Kemba Walker is the player that he even was last year when he was with the Celtics? No, I won't say that. I understand that Kemba Walker is not the player that he used to be, but I don't think Kemba Walker was the problem. The problem with the Knicks was that they were stagnant with their offense. And we witnessed this in the game that we just witnessed against them in the Hawks. When Burks came in, I have to admit it, the ball moved more smoothly. RJ got touches. Evan Fournier got touches. Even Julius Randle got touches. Even Mitchell Robinson got touches. Why? Because you had a person in Alex Burks who could take on the mantle of being that starting point guard and running the offense and not passing the ball to Julius, searching for him to lead us through the Red Sea like Moses. That's not how you play basketball. And the majority of the person that I place this blame on would be Tom Thibodeau. Why? Because you are the one who's always preaching that if Julius Randle has the ball and two people are trying to guard him, then another player will be open. But if teams already know your game plan and what you're going to do, they're going to make sure that they, on the weak side, help, that they don't help too much. So once Julius do his back to the basket, want to isolate the ball, and then pass it off when he realized he has nothing else to do, they already picking off your pass, going for the fast break, or they're putting pressure on the person that he passed the ball to, so the offense becomes stagnant. This is the problem with the New York Knicks. It wasn't Kemba Walker. Yes, I will admit, Kemba Walker is not the player that he used to be. But what type of role is Kemba Walker? Kemba Walker is a similar guard to Derrick Rose. He gets to the basket. He dishes out to those who are on the perimeter, or he shoots the perimeter himself. He's not a player that Tom Thibodeau wanted him to play as. A person who watches Julius Randle fumble the ball all over the place and pass the ball to him with 3 seconds so he could take a bad shot.
Right.
This is not the player that Kemba Walker is. So if we want to get in, and the only reason why I would say that Tom Thibodeau is even doing this is because he's trying to save his job. And I understand it. I understand that that is how you feed your family. I'm not disputing that in any shape or form am I disputing his decision, because at the end of the day, he has to do this for his job. But when you place the blame on one specific player, saying that that specific player is the problem, you are wrong. What's up, Eddie Rodriguez? He said, finally Tibbs makes some moves for the New York Knicks. I just feels he's only doing this is because it's his job that's on the line. Now, Eddie, I want you to be honest with me. Do you really think that Kemba Walker was the problem? Because me personally, I don't believe that Kemba Walker is the problem. I believe the problem lies with Julius Randle. It's becoming so it's so obvious that our offense is predictable. Players know what we're going to do. When they come up the court, players know that we're going to pass the ball right to Julius Randle, and he's going to try to take us to the promised land. Something that we've witnessed hasn't worked. You got anything to say?
And I can see that because once he has the ball, and I hate to see it, they just standing around. No one moves. And I'm like, would y'all please move? Because he wanted, and as soon as he gets it, and he'll pass it off, he wants it right back.
Right.
He doesn't move around the court like the rest of the guys do.
He doesn't even play
there.
like
he don't
in
know
addition
how to
to
play
last
defense.
game. in addition to last game against the Hawks, in a few other games during the season, I can honestly admit that I saw Julius Randle play good defense. But as far as the majority of the time, Julius Randle does not play good defense. Only when he's not playing good on the offense is he's going to give you something on the defensive end. If he's playing all right or forcing it on the offense, he is going to be lackadaisical because he feels he has to be the person to take us to the promised land. If we know anything about star players, they don't play hard defense because they don't want to accumulate too many fouls and get taken out of the game. Julius Randle definitely plays selfish. He plays selfish towards R.J. Barrett. Look how Burks came in the last game and got R.J. Barrett going soon as he came into the game. Why? Because when Julius comes in, he's not thinking about R.J. Barrett. He's only thinking about him and Evan Fournier. He only lets Kemba Walker take the ball up because it's a mutual.
So he can get it right back.
But not only that, a mutual respect because he know that in Kemba's heyday, Kemba was a better player than he will probably ever be. We saw Kemba take Charlotte to the playoffs plenty of times. You get what I'm saying to you?
And my thing, as always, is basketball is not a one-man sport. I always said that. It's a team sport. If it's not your night, it's going to be your night. Do everything else that you need to do to help your team win. If that requires you to rebound. If that requires you to set screens and play defense, do just that. Don't just want to score all the time and just thinking about you. There's 4 other men on that floor besides yourself. You're not the only person that's on the floor.
Oh, my bad, guys. Something going on with my stream, and I hate it right now. But, like we were saying, I just feel like what Thibodeau is doing right now is basically the real wrong thing to do. I don't feel like it's right at all. I just don't feel like it's right. And I feel like this is going to show other players that's outside of the league what's wrong. You get what I'm saying? That's what I feel. I feel like it's going to show players outside of the league, like, in order for him to save his job, he's going to throw Kemba Walker under the bus. And that's not something that I'm really cool with, to be honest with you. I feel like the real problem is Julius Randle. But I think my screen is messing up right now, guys. I don't want it to mess up too bad on you. It says that it's doing good, so I guess we're good. We're just gonna hold it like that. But I mean, do you have anything else that you want to say?
And I understand that changes have to be made. I mean, it's 20 games in?
Yeah.
And you don't want to wait to. And I feel like he's trying to make up. I think he's trying to make up for last year when we had Peyton.
Right.
When he didn't make the proper adjustments when Peyton was in. So I think it's too soon. And him not really getting the chance to really showcase what he can do, why y'all even brought him there in the first place.
Right.
So it's like a slap in the face.
It is.
And I can only imagine what Kimba's thinking right now.
Right.
It's I don't. It's just it's heartbreaking to me, to be honest.
Well, I mean, get in the comment section, guys, and let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know, how do you feel? Do you feel that moving Kemba Walker out of the starting lineup will help? In a sense, I do feel that it will help. I do feel that it will help. I do think that the offense will be better. I do think that our defense will be better. So I'm not saying that moving him out of the starting lineup, in a sense, is the bad thing. I just feel that he's being blamed for something that he didn't do. You get what I'm saying? I feel that... Oh, okay, I see you. And right, I agree with you, Eddie. Kemba is very slow on defense. That's something that we can't look past. I'm very aware of that, but I think that the basis of our problems is we are too reliant on Julius Randle.
And he also said for Randle to share the ball.
Yeah, and if he can't share the ball, he's the one that needs to go. But it's a whole struggle here because you just signed him to this big contract. So you can't just say, okay, we're going to place all of this money into you, but a couple of months later, we made a mistake with you. It doesn't work like that. So what I'll say, it's messed up that it happened to Kemba Walker, but it's also what's best for the team. I feel like Tom Thibodeau made this decision because it came from the higher ups. I believe that, they finally relented and was like, yo, listen, man, something's got to change. I believe he may have felt that his job was on the line. That could be the case. But I don't think that Kemba Walker was the problem. I believe that Julius Randle's play was the problem and that he was holding the team back. Because if you notice, with his ISO, other people don't get a chance to score. RJ Barrett doesn't have the chance to be able to have the ball in his hands and do what he needs to do. So, that's how I feel.
And my thing is, he already even addressed it during their post game with, the fact that Julius holds the ball a lot and that caused for him to have turnover. How you really talking to him about his game, let him know. You know what I'm saying? If you want to sit up there and out Kemba, you need to be out in Julius too. Right. And let him know, dude, you're the reason why we're not winning because you thinking about your stats and want to worry about you and not including your teammates.
Right.
Because this is, at the end of the day, basketball is not a one-man game.
Right.
It's not. And you have to sit up there and take responsibility for the fact that you're hindering your team to get to that position that they need to be. Just admit that, okay. And once the game starts changing and it's not going in the favor that you want it to go with the flow, buddy. Mm-hmm. Listen, okay, I see that we're trying to win game with me not holding the ball and everybody bombarding me to try to get the ball from you. You have to do that. Now you have Kemba now. He's out of the lineup and out of rotation. It's like, what the heck?
Right. I hate the simple fact that he's out of rotation.
Right. He don't even have a spot.
Because we already know that they're not going to take Rose out of the rotation. Not that I want them to, because Rose has saved us so many games. And they're not going to take. So with him being out of the rotation, does that leave room for Grimes? Because Grimes, I have to admit, every time that kid comes in, he plays very, very hard. He's good on defense, and he may miss a couple of times, but his three-point shot will get going. It will get going. So, what you said, Eddie, if Kemba out of the rotation, I think he's out of the team.
Yeah, he's off the team. He's definitely gone.
He's about to be traded probably in December. Ain't no telling where we might get John Wall. We never know. To be honest with you, I really don't think that he needs to be traded right now. Even though I'm agreeing with you, he's gonna be gone. But I just feels like I feel like if you're going to take him out of that rotation now, there's no need to go get another player because we got enough players that we need. Maybe if you could get like a star, a good star, something good for him, yeah, maybe you do that. But if not, then keep him on the start, keep him on the team, but insert Grimes into that offense, into that second unit, because I truly believe with Grimes being in that second unit, it gives you more bodies. In addition, it's like you replacing Burks with a Burks. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Because he can shoot the ball well and he defends. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that even though he did that behind the back alley hoop to Obi, that was beautiful. That behind the back alley oop to Obi was special. That's a highlight for the year. But I'll say this: him being on that second unit will help us out a lot. It will really help us out.
And do you think that will also give them time also to include Knox?
I doubt if Knox get any playing
But
time. Oh my God, you didn't see the game. You should have seen the game though. Hold on, you should have seen the game when Tibbs was calling Evan Fournier off the bench and Knox thought it was his turn. And not you, not you, not you. Get off of it, yo. He made Knox look like a clown.
But
man.
my thing
like,
is,
wow.
I don't. But my thing is, I feel like if you have, there's no way in this world you will have all these new players that been drafted and you don't utilize them. I don't like that.
Hold on, Eddie Rodriguez. I don't know for a certain if he is the answer. I don't know, but he is. I mean, no, because
I think they're considering.
Hold on. We have to give too much back on John Wall. You got to think about when you look at his contract. This dude's making like 40 something million. Kemba Walker is only making 8 million. So who you going to include in there to make that money work? I mean, it might not work. I don't see it working. I mean, you have to give up too many tremendous assets to be able to get John Wall. So, I mean, could that be a solution that they take? Yes, it could be a solution that they take. But is it a solution that I would take? No, I will keep Kemba Walker on the lineup. I mean, the only way I'm doing something like that for somebody who got that much of a contract, it got to be like Damian Lillard. It has to be somebody.
Come on, Dame.
It got to be somebody that's like really, really special that I know can take us to the promised land, which being the at least Eastern Conference Finals. That's the only thing that I'm trading Kemba Walker for, because Kemba Walker, regardless of what any of us may say, I guarantee if we traded him, whatever team he goes to, he's gonna survive there and he's gonna produce there, because it was the way that Tom Thibodeau was using him. Tom Thibodeau was using him as a player to sit on the three-point line and wait for Julius Randle to pass you the ball. That's not how basketball works anymore. We're not in the 90s. So, I mean, anywhere that Kemba Walker goes, he's going to flourish. But I'm not giving him up and taking on a bad contract like John Wall. Maybe if it's a better player, yeah, I'm all for it. But John Wall, no, I can't do it. Sorry. Maybe Damian Lillard. I don't know. I have to think of, maybe we should do, let me know if we should do a video up on that, on the potential trades for Kemba Walker. Who do you think that we could get for Kemba Walker? I know Victor Oladipo is out there right now because he's like non-existent. I know, I'm trying to think who else will be out there right now that's on the outs with their team. It's really not, definitely not no Russell Westbrook. Definitely not no Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook could stay where he's at.
Please stay.
Please stay where you're at. I'm trying to think of a player right now that's like really on the outs with this team. But, I mean, I really don't know. What do you guys think? Daniel Rosario said, we don't need to trade for Wall. We're good where we started, where we stand, excuse me. And I agree with you. I agree that we are good where we stand. I believe if you're going to take Kemba Walker out of the starting lineup, out of the rotation period, that's cool. So you could do that. You could do that with him and keep it like that and let Burke start and we build with what we have, because I believe that bringing Quentin Grimes off of that, reserve and bringing him into that second unit, that really helps us because it brings in more defense. And that lineup of him, R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, and Mitchell Robinson, that can be a death lineup, y'all. It could be a death lineup. And oh no, definitely not. Buy houses said Ben Simmons, never. But that's something that they just might do.
No. So he can only show up during the regular season and disappear during the playoffs.
I'm just saying.
No.
That's something that they just might do.
The Knicks need consistency. They need people that's going to be consistent in their play.
JC, I definitely agree with you. We will now be able to give more minutes to those who are producing. Yes, and I believe that Quentin Grimes is that type of player that will come in and produce right now.
And I even love how Obi even developed his game off just awesome. The one season he had. For that little bit of time that he played, he has shown tremendous improvement.
Yes, he has.
He played with confidence. He don't care who you are. He gonna do what he need to do. He gonna guard you. That boy, I'm impressed.
Yeah, and Emmanuel Quickly too.
Yeah, Quickly gonna be quickly. Quickly gonna be quickly.
But not only that, what I love about Emmanuel Quickly is because this is a pet peeve that I had with him back last year. I didn't believe that he was a great defender, but Emmanuel Quickly is becoming a very good defender. The way that he was locking up Trae Young, the way that he was on Trae Young, the way that he was, the way that he made the tempo move, it just seems like he was very good. I promise you, I promise you. And the good thing about what Grimes is, I promise you, it's like taking out Alex Burks and putting in Alex Burke. There's no room for McBride. I agree with you, Eddie. I would love to see McBride get some shine, but there's no room for McBride. He is not going to produce like Emmanuel Quickly. He's not going to produce like Derrick Rose. And like Tom Thibodeau said, we got too many guards. Let's just focus on our two guards that we got right now, Emmanuel Quickly and Alex Burks. Let's just focus on Emmanuel Quickly and Derrick Rose, because those are two guards that really take us there. But I agree. I would definitely love to see Deuce McBride get some playing time because he's a good defender and he has a nice mid-range and three-point shot. He can shoot the ball. He can't shoot it like Grimes or Quickly, but he definitely can defend like Quickly. But I think Tom Thibodeau really wants his floor awareness, because I've seen the way Deuce play, and I feel like he be downhill too much. I think he puts his hands down and he's not surveying the floor like he should survey it.
Can I ask everyone a question? This goes to you too, because this always bothered me. I understand that, okay, we have a draft every year. There's someone new always coming into the NBA.
Okay.
But it bothers me when you already have your starting five, which most likely will be star players, people that's already been in the league. Mm-hmm. But why keep drafting new players if they're not even going to get a chance to even play? You just sit in there, and then if you don't play, they trade you, or eventually whatever team you get traded to, they just waive you, and you really don't get to play in the NBA. You either go to the G League, whatever they calling it now. It's like that's defeating the purpose of having drafts if half these kids y'all draft don't even get to play in the NBA?
No, I disagree because I would say this. Even if you're not playing, you're still developing. You're still in practices. You're still developing your skill. You're still with trainers. You're still in an atmosphere that can make you grow as a player. See, every player that comes in, whether no matter where they're picked in the draft, they got two places that they could go. They could either be great, good, it's a few places in between, but it's only a few places you're going to go. You're going to be good, you're going to have value, or you're not going to have value. Any player, whether they're the first pick or the 60th, it doesn't matter. You're gonna go in either one of those directions. But some players reach that maturation slower than others. Some players may come in and they could be just just awfully bad or very good. And you have other players who come in and they're okay. They're okay players, but they get great over time. You get what I'm saying to you? So you really want those drafts to be able, because you never know what player can turn out to be that player. I mean, that look at Giannis. Giannis wasn't picked high, but he had to develop himself. He over the years he developed himself, and after year like 4 or 5, that's when you knew, you was looking at Giannis like, okay, he's about to be that dude. You get what I'm saying? So you saying that drafts don't work, that takes not only takes opportunities from people, because you do get a little money once you come in and do your thing, that you could possibly do something with your money, but it also it limits you from being able to find that special talent, because every special talent doesn't just come number one overall. And a lot of players have proven that to us. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Look at Isaiah Thomas. Not the first one, but the second one. How he was the last pick in the draft, but when he was on the Celtics, he was the best player on that team. He took them to the playoffs. If he wouldn't have got hurt, ain't no telling how far they would have got off of his momentum and how that Celtics fan base is. So what I'm trying to say to you is, drafts are good. Drafts are worth it, and if you go to the G League, you still getting money from the team that drafted you. You're still on a good $100,000 contracts that's putting in your pocket, instead of me just leaving you in college and you not making that money, because not everybody who goes to college succeeds. So that's what I would say about, like, whether or not we should draft players and stuff like that. But I want to thank you guys for joining us. I hope the video was good for you guys. It's looking like the bits in it is kind of low, so I don't want to, if it's messing up on you guys, I don't want to keep doing that. But I definitely want to thank you guys for joining me. Trust and believe, my live streams will get better as time come around. I think I'm gonna get a secular line just for my video, so I could go live with you guys. So let me know in the comment section what you guys want me to do. I'm gonna do more videos on the subject right here, because I got more to talk about. But until then, man, I just want to thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys later.